What's up, boys? Welcome to the YouTube channel. This channel is gonna be mainly focused on documenting my life as a 20-year-old entrepreneur and like my lifestyle. Just kind of everything. Honestly, like it's not just gonna be dedicated just mainly for like freelance brand scaling, SMMA, or like digital marketing. It's not just gonna be mainly focused on that or mainly focused on vlog styles or like car content, bike content, dirt bikes. Not necessarily dedicated towards a single one of those. It's just kind of gonna be everything, just documenting my life as it is. Um, I've always wanted to do YouTube channel for, or build a YouTube channel for the longest time. I think my very first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube was probably back in like, I want to say when I was like 12 or 11 years old. It was like, I think it was when I first got my phone, so I was in like sixth grade. Um, I just got my, I got a phone and I started recording my life as it was, like going to the dirt bike track, having my dad film my little videos of like, like hitting the jumps, just riding around the track, or then I would like come home, me washing the bikes, and then me going to the park and playing basketball, football, or whatever activity all of my friends had going on that day. That's what we were doing. And I was like filming that, and I edited it like slightly. I was just like cut down the video and then just upload it, and it'd be like 17 minutes long. And then like it's somewhere out there. I don't know where it is. I've looked for it. I can't find it. I found it like 5 years ago, and I was like, yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna leave that there, and it had like 12 views. But like I've always wanted to do YouTube for the longest time, and I always used to tell people like I wanted to do YouTube. Like I wanted to be a vlogger, or I wanted to be a YouTube creator, and people would always like clown on me. I mean, that's middle school for you. Like whenever you tell someone like that, you're gonna get clowned on regardless, and that's fine. Honestly, like I never really, I mean it got to me. Like I stopped making videos like 6 months later, and I just kind of focused on being a kid. Just having fun. I want to say like last year I kind of got heavy into the YouTube kind of side, like wanting to do YouTube, getting friends that also wanted to do YouTube, having them film videos for me, and just having fun with the YouTube kind of content creation with that. I wasn't really too much into like the business side of like building a business, building a marketing agency, stuff like that. Like I didn't know about this last year, and I was just kind of mainly focused on building a clothing brand and making YouTube videos, and just recording my daily life. But I wasn't really in the right mindset or the right mind space last year of knowing who I was as a person, and I kind of allowed like the opinions of these people around me of who were like telling me like, oh, that shit's corny, or like you're never gonna make it, or no one's gonna watch your videos, stuff like that. Like I let that stuff get to me, and then I also scared of what people might have thought of me. Like they probably didn't even think anything. They, if anything, they were like, yo, that's sick, I want to do that. Or maybe they weren't. Like I was always scared of what people would think of me, and that kind of veered me away from making YouTube videos. Like I had the GoPro, I had a camera, I had the motivation behind it to do it, but I let the fear control me and not allow me to do that type of thing. So in that moment, I just kind of stopped doing it. I never uploaded a single video last year. Like I have so much content filmed of like 5 or 6 different vlogs, just like on there of hitting the lake, or going to car meets, hitting bike meets, going to the dirt bike track, hanging out with friends, just daily activities. Like there's so much content on my phone that I have never uploaded, and it just sits there. I don't know why. Like I don't want to delete it, because that's like a part of my history that I can look back and I was like, hey, like there it was like 2 weeks ago I had you know a video come across my it was like, this happened 1 year ago today, and it was like me filming my first video, like loading the bikes up in the truck, and then just like going to pick up my homie Jack, and us hitting the dirt bike track. Like that was sick to me. I was like, dude, like I was there. Like I was making the videos. Um, but like I've been wanting to, really make videos within the last 3 months of my life. And I wanted to like get my business and get my mindset right before I actually started making videos. Like I think it was Sunday, I tried making a video and it was so rushed because it was like 11 a.m. I was just, setting up some ads, watching the ads manager, watching what was happening and just like being in contact with, my clients. And then my homie was like, "Hey, we're pulling up in like 5 minutes. We're gonna go hit this car meet." And I was like, "Oh shit, all right." And I was like, "This would be a perfect vlog, dude. Like setting up the ads right now because we were getting ready to, or I was just, we were already running some SMS signups and like there's two creatives that were like taking a shit, just going down. They weren't seeing any activity, so I was like, all right, let me go in, set up some new creatives and then get those uploaded. But I was like, shit, I only got 5 minutes and I want to start this YouTube video. So I was like trying to film it and like do it, set them up at the same time. It was not working. I got the film and then like I ran downstairs. He's like, yo, we're here, hurry up. And I was like trying to film and then we got to the car meet, totally forgot to film. And I was like, all right, like this would have been perfect if I had known we were going to a car meet earlier in the day. Then I could have, gotten my work done a little bit sooner, a little bit quicker, and then gotten the vlog set up, make sure everything was all right, get the plan out for the day, and then just go ahead and went from there. But it's whatever. We're starting now. But yeah, a little backstory on like who I am. Um, I'm very into the car community, the bike community, dirt bikes. Hitting the lake and just kind of exploring the mountains. I do live in Colorado, so there's a lot of outdoor activities that I like to partake in. I'm always been a very adventurous person, so I've always liked doing things and like being outside. But I want to say within like the last 3-4 months of my life kind of hit a 180. I lost my car, I lost my bikes. I kind of lost the life that I was trying to build at that time. You know, it was kind of it was my own fault. I was being very ungrateful for the things that I already had at that time, and then just being like, not being in the right mindset, always being like a very negative person, and always looking in the bad for people, and not really, seeing like what the good they did, stuff like that. I was a very negative person. I was not in the right mindset, and I lost a lot of things. I lost the car, I lost my bikes, I lost my girlfriend at the time. I lost that bond with a lot of my friends. Like I had become a very hateful person where I was like, I always thought that my friends were, not looking out for me, or they were wishing bad upon me, or they were talking behind my back. Um, and that kind of like my negativity spread to other people, and a lot of people just kind of cut me out of their lives. And I lost everything that I had at that moment. And when that happened in December, I want to say like I just kind of regrouped myself, went into everything that I went through, all my like bad experiences, and kind of learned from them. And then from there, I just kind of decided to turn my life around, like not be so negative of a person. Kind of flip my mindset of, who I was as a person, because I didn't really know who I was as a person. Like I want to say like a year and a half ago, I truly knew who I was. Like I enjoyed my life. I looked forward to every single day. Um, I always just kind of lived in the moment. I made the best of every moment that I lived. And over like the last year and a half, I lost all of that. I didn't know who I was. I was always trying to fit into the crowd. Like growing up, I never fit into the crowd. I was always that quiet kid that, sat at the back of the classroom, not trying to be like edgy or anything, but I never really fit into any of the stereotypical groups. I was just always had like 2-3 friends that I hung out daily with, and I was just kind of always did my own thing. Like I was always outside, doing my own thing. I alone could make my own fun. I never really relied on anyone else to, have fun with, or, bring me enjoyment, bring me happiness. So I think, relationships kind of messed that up for me, where I was always having to conform to someone else, and, that kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it. All I know is I like lost myself. I didn't know who I was as a person. I lost my touch with God. I lost my touch with the energies around me, my family, my friends. I just kind of, lost touch with all of it. So, come December, I just kind of, decided to make that switch in making my life better, because I didn't like the situation I was. I didn't like the person who I was. Like I wanted to change all of it, and that's a lot to do. But I needed to dig into all of my turmoil that I had with myself, and like that sort of stuff. Digging into myself. Going on a self adventure. Type stuff, where doing all of that, it kind of made me who I am today. I don't hate anyone. I don't hold grudges. I don't hold animosity towards anyone. Like there's certain situations where people owe me money, or they took a lot from me, and even then, like someone owes me $4,000, and I don't hate them for not paying me back. I don't, you know I'm not like on their head every single day, like, hey, I need my money, hey, I need my money, because at the end of the day, I know that their situation, the situation that they're in, is, they might need that money more than I do. Like I have the means to where I don't need the money. So I'm not gonna be on their head about it. Obviously, yes, it would be nice to get paid back, but if they don't, they don't. I'm not gonna allow that to affect my life. But yeah, like that December, I just kind of changed everything. Started going way out of my comfort zone. Started talking to people, started building my communication skills. Started building myself again. I tore myself down to the building blocks of life, and who I was as a person, and started building from there. Um, and honestly, like that was like, I'm so grateful that I lost everything. Like as weird as that sounds, like I had everything at my fingertips, and I lost it all. But like, I don't know. I know everything happens for a reason. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I'm grateful that that happened, because that allowed me to rebuild who I was, and understand myself, reconnect myself with God, and chase that higher means in life. Because I was always like, I always had shiny object syndrome, where it was just like you didn't stick with the business model. You just kind of, you see something new and you go towards it. You see something new and you go towards it. You don't stick with one thing. I was going from, building an e-commerce store, like drop shipping, to trading, to Bitcoin, to meme coins. Like I was going through everything, because I was like, oh, that's new. Let me see if I can make a quick buck. Oh, that's new. Let me see if I can make a quick buck. And then I found freelance brand scaling, or SMMA, digital marketing, whatever you want to call it. I found this back in like November, December, and it never really stuck with me, because I was like, oh, that's too much work. And then I dug into it. I actually started doing research. I was like, let me like stick with it. Like I recognized that back in December. I was like, let me stick with it. Let me see if this works. Like I'll just do it and see if it works. If it doesn't, at least I'll tried it. And then I stuck with it. I worked on it daily. I changed my mindset. It started changing me, who I was, the way I started outlooking on life. The bigger things in life. And I stuck with it. I put in the work every single day, and I got, I wasn't seeing any results for like the first month and a half. I was like, it was kind of, it was burning me out. I was just like putting in the work, putting in the work, putting in the work, putting in the work, and I was not seeing any results. And there was a few days where I was just like, what if I, just go back to a 9 to 5? What if I just get a full-time job, like, so I could, get a car again, make these payments. But then that was like one side of me. On the other side of me, it was telling me, like, hey, you don't have, like, this is the best time to do these things, where if you stick with it, it could work out, you know. Like, what if it works out rather than what if it doesn't work out? So, I just stuck with it, and now I'm to the point where I've made very minimal money within it, but I know it's I know it's possible. I know what's there. I know what can be done, you know. And I'm to that point where it's just like I'm gonna just keep putting in the work daily. I'm just gonna keep, you know. To me, well, not I don't even have to tell myself to do the work. It just feels weird when I don't do the work. It's just I don't know. It's like when I don't put in the work, I feel bad for the day. You know, it's more so becoming a habit, and part of my schedule, my daily schedule of doing these things on time, and you know doing outreach, or connecting with clients, getting on calls, setting up the ads, these sort of things, learning more strategies. um these sort of things have like kind of been implemented into who I am as a person. The things I do daily, it's building me who I want to become. And but I just want to be that, like that I do everything. I have a very active life. I do a lot of things in life. I'm building a business. I don't do a lot of things in life, but I have a lot of different lifestyles, you know, and I want to take you guys on the journey through all of it, from the baseline of who I am and where I'm at today to the next steps of going and where I'm going in life. Um, but yeah, welcome to the channel, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys could please subscribe and like, that would be much appreciated. Until next time, guys. Peace.